Greetings. All right, going to messages and it says Q&A. All right, blessings. If you want to mute, something's not reading here. All right, blessings. Greetings, Archangel Gabriel. Send you energies. Of course, there's the timeline. Yes, does take some time. There's things take the timeline is not exactly in a hurry as some might be, especially for disclosure with alien energies or even spiritual vibrations. Of course, it's been going on for thousands of years. So, but in your own, because this world still has a lot of figuring out to do. So basically, in your own growth, it's just basically concentrating on yourself. Is one of the main messages, one main themes here. Instead of trying to feel like you have to wake up the world, things like that. Because the more you concentrate on yourself, the right people will find you. If they are there to be awakened by your energy. Of course, some just want to disconnect with others anyway on their own path. But basically, because most of the world's not even thinking in this way. Many are part of a fear program also. And we're talking about spirit realms, angels, or alien energies. The fear program activates. As some of you know. So blessings. Greetings. We have the felines from Lyra. It's sending you energies. Basically, our vibration here, yes, is for curiosity. Our species in general is always looking for something new. We're also, at least part of our race is a warrior race to survive the wild, to survive our curiosity, because it can get overwhelming for us. But someone has to do it. Someone has to, it's to be instead of just stagnant and just being. Every alien species has their theme. The canine is very loyal to the man or to the human, and even the rabbit is territorial. Of course, the cats are too, but the rabbit is really territorial, more than some might think. No one's going to suspect a dangerous rabbit either. But for a feline frequency, it's become a theme, not with all felines, but quite a few, just wanting to know more. And that's that's within the human species also, but not with all humans, as you can see. So like the feline within yourself might be curious. Everyone has a different level of canine, feline, rabbit to a certain level, and so on. So, blessings. Greetings to you. This is Redmond from Sirius being. Greetings. Yes, patience is one of the hardest things here. Patience on all different levels. It's just one of those, but it's good to want something and have goals, but the timeline has a lot of growing. It has just a path where it has to fulfill as part of nature's course. Just like 9 months for a baby to be born. So of course, some fetuses want to be born sooner than that. Sometimes 6 months. Sometimes they're just ready to get out of there. And that doesn't always work so well, but they'll take the chances. But that's one thing. Your timelines are basically it's not that you have to be patient. It's just learning how to. Well, it's good to be patient, but how to realize if you're impatient, that's fine. But there's also circumstances that come into there's consequences to it. It's nothing's ever perfect here. This world is still. It's like once you figure this world out, it'll become much simpler. And for some of you, it's kind of others need it hard for their own individual journeys. That's why it's the way it is. So, you can answer your questions also when you're ready. Blessings.
Well, blessings, brethren. Greetings.
Yes.
Thank you again for coming in.
Yes, of course.
All right. Up first this evening, we've got Daria.
Hello there, Mega Brain. So I don't want to ask the same questions all over again. If you have any messages for me, so maybe you can tell me why I have this lucid dreams lately. That's been kind of funny, and why I can never ever drive a car in a dream. I always crash into something, or it's spinning, or I'm sitting upon another person that's driving, or the other way, or it's totally not working, never.
Only thing it's showing where there's different ways of looking at the car. I feel like it's just thoughts. It's just a lot of thoughts that are like this. Like a car is just not the right vehicle for you.
Yeah, in astral, it's it does never ever work. It's
No.
it's it's not invented in astral yet. It's just invented on Earth. It's when you're in astral, nobody can drive a car. It crashes, and it's just doesn't function, which is really, really strange for me, and trying to figure that out. Or
Well,
it's
that's your version of version of astral. Other people, you see people with big trucks and everything. They're going to drive those in spirit. They're going to bring their car there. That might not be your deck of the woods.
Yeah,
but it's definitely going to be theirs.
I've seen a man bring his truck with porn. So yeah, good for him though. Yeah,
but in your reality, it has too many limitations to it. So you can say you're trying to bring that human element here. You brought other human elements in the astral, and it worked, but the car is not working.
Yeah, it's so funny. But Redman, I will ask anyway. Do you have any messages for me? Like the most boring question of all
No, it just seems like in your dream it just seems like you're being attacked sometimes. There are wizard beings there. It just seems like you have you're in a bar full of a lot of beings. And sometimes the attacks is just they're just the way they verbally talk is just they're not trying to attack you, it's just they're heavy. It's just you're just around a lot of it's like you're deciding what timeline to take, what direction to go.
Yeah, some dreams are really cool though, so I can't. They're just not always attacks. I can see if they are or not. But they're anyways. Yes. Thank you for the nice message, and have a cool time.
All right, blessings.
Blessings.
Hey, thank you. Up next, we got Yuria.
Hi, greetings, Redman.
Yes, greetings.
I'm sorry for talking a little bit slow because I have some issues with my gums. But I have a question about, can you connect with the demon Stolas and check if he has any messages for me? Because I felt his energy around tonight.
Yeah, well, he tried to possess you in previous lifetimes. It's like he's possessed some of your family members in the past. or maybe this life. It feels like other lifetimes.
Oh,
So it just feels like you're clearing out his energy. He still has a lot to deal with.
okay.
I guess he's
Yeah.
just checking in on you. That's
Yeah.
overall.
Okay, that's nice. So I have to check on that later. Okay, I have two. For the second question, can you just check in my energy field and see if those two attachments have left my field? It's two male energies, one slim, tall, and the other one is like shorter, and yeah, two attachments, two
Yeah,
men.
it feels like they left quite some time ago. I mean, when you wanted them to leave, I believe that's when they left.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you might feel some of their energy around, only because they're a little bit, you can't always tell if they're gone, but it feels like they have gone. Just the memory of them is still there.
Nice. Okay, that's a relief actually.
That's good to do
because
it's good to do
yeah.
a clearing,
Okay.
just to do a clearing and just move on from it. Put your intentions to move on from it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Blessings.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we got Silverclaw.
Hello, greetings.
Yes.
My first question is, in my plants, I only noticed one nug with white mold. It's at the top of the nug, and I wanted to know if it has spread to a small area and how I can prevent it.
Or plant a new plants. It seems like it's a little bit infected. I mean, you can cut off certain parts of it, but I mean, it seems like some of it is still good. To prevent it, some kind of soil, different type of soil, most likely will help it.
It wasn't the fanning, was it? Like a lack of fanning, like a fan?
No, it does need circulation though. It would help though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that can cause it. Yes.
It's not ruined though, is it? Like it's not too bad, is it?
No, it doesn't seem to be. No.
Okay. My next question is, I bought a bigger oil infuser machine for my plants. There's only space at the bottom for one more small herbal pot. And I wanted to know if I can stack more of those small herbal pots on top of each other, or if it has to be sitting at the base of the container.
It looks like you can stack them from what I can see. It should be okay.
That's super cool. Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
Next, we got Steven.
Hello, Redmond.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. I was just wondering, I was wondering if you could connect with my dreams as well. They've been all over the place. A couple of them I can recall, like this one was this guy, blue, kind of bluish, and he was training all these people, and then he took this one girl and stood behind her, and he kind of like oozed out of his mouth some type of like liquid on her hair, and it was kind of weird. And then my most recent one, I was in front of a house, and there's these little small little bear looking things that they were across the street. They were coming over to my house, and they had they're attached to this little ball, like a little white ball would come out of their mouth, and you throw it and they would go get it, and like they had to go get their ball, and took it into our house, and our house was getting carpeted and reconstructed, and I ended up throwing it out into the backyard, and it ended up going underneath the bridge underneath the gate, and they couldn't get it, and a snake went and got it, and the snake ended up trying to he wouldn't give it back to me, so I chased the snake down and ended up weirdly biting its head off and taking the ball. Just sending you info on that. Thank you.
Well, just the being that was sharing its slime, but it's not just knowledge. Yeah, just in part of like a very bizarre Arcturian world, you can say. It's kind of it's a combination. It's like you're in between worlds. It's not really. It is all symbolic, but it's not here to. It feels like you're just releasing some aggravation. But I can pick up on that. So it just went to different realities, and it's biting someone's head off. It just like it's probably someone who bit their head off before. So It just feels like you're doing you went there to clear your frequency. So that's
Yeah, thank you, man. I'll tell you, it's crazy. All right, and second is just I'll just leave it open. Connect with my energies, my field, and any energies, messages you can bring through. Thank you.
Just like you are connected to the Arcturians a lot. It seems like they're working with your health. So yeah, that dream seems like it's health related. At least in the like infusions you're receiving, just to keep your health going. Because sometimes you might feel like your health feels like a little bit of a slime energy. It feels like it's kind of off. And so because you are going out of your body a lot astrally, so it's like they're doing some like energy surgeries on you, from what it looks like, for the betterment, of course. So that's
All right, sweet blessings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Yuli.
Greetings. My first question is related to this coworker. The first thing that I got my attention was his eyes, because his eyes look very kind of like dark, like black almost. And then when I was talking to him, and he said his name is Ernesto. He said he's come from Cuba. He practices religion. I think it's Santeria. I don't know how they call it. So we were talking, and I felt like I know him from before, because he also mentioned like he can see like I was a gypsy in another life. So can you tell me anything about this connection?
as a reptile. He used to be a dragon in his previous life, so know about the dragon. So he's been a reptilian being in his past.
Mm-hmm.
So not necessarily a negative one, but he's connected to Mexico. It's just been, there have been dragon people here in the past, so like half human, half dragon. So that's what it feels like what you knew him from, like the Mayan time period.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
seems to be a magical energy around him, from what I can see.
Yeah, because he's nice. A lot of people, he say,
Mhm.
a lot of people comes to him and talk to him, and
Yes.
just like it doesn't feel like,
No.
even though whatever religion he practices doesn't feel like,
Yeah, it feels a little
you know.
strange there, but no,
Yeah.
he's always been kind of like on the edge.
Okay. And my next question is, can you tell me anything? Well, I always felt like I was a gypsy in another life. I don't know if it's because sometimes I read the tarot, or because I like to dress long dresses. So I'm just curious if you can see anything about.
Oh, the gypsy, that was from Romania connections. So yeah, all through Europe. You can say you're traveling gypsy, not your typical gypsy as you hear. I feel like you're more of a, you kept more to yourself. I mean, you traveled with your families, but it does feel like you were, connected to the Americas, recently, actually. So it just it's part, because you felt more freedom there. So your powers, you can be a little bit strange, and so it's kind of like where you are now. But you're also kind of color. I mean, you had a lot of color, not too much color, but you had like a sense of style that helps you with your abilities.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you and blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Michael.
Greetings, Redmond.
Yes, greetings.
Yes, I've been having some past life that I had, and the best way to describe it would be like industrial, what a lot of people here would call hell, where there's a lot of taking parts and piercings and a lot of torture, a lot of and like I said, it's like a very dull color place, and I see it sometimes, and I know that I have been there, and I don't know if you have anything to do that, like,
Well, there's like a couple of connections. You can say it's connected to like the dark ages, where they had like torture devices during those times. So it's like hell on earth, basically. Doesn't mean that you're involved with those torture, like you were being tortured by them, but it feels like you're around. You might have been tortured by it, but it does feel like there's a connection there. You can just look at, if you want to, like torture devices throughout history. most likely something will come to mind, especially during the Spanish Inquisition, things like that. But some of it also seems like there's a industrial revolution connection with the like when London became more industrialized. Also, I feel like there's a connection there. So it's a couple of lifetimes, it seems. So.
My second question is, I've got court not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, and I was wanting to know if you could pick up anything, like how, if you can, if you pick up anything, if it's going to be continued or what you pick up off.
One moment. It's difficult. They're not for certain. It doesn't look like it has the best energy around it. It's for you. Yeah, you just have to fight for your side, because it seems like they're kind of blaming you for a lot, it seems. So okay. Just be prepared for that. If it even goes. For right now, it looks like it's gonna go. Okay. It might change between now and then. Okay. So just have a good defense, that's all.
Okay. With praying. Oh.
Yes. Yeah, do it. Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. It's got you through some stuff. So yes.
Oh, thank you so much, Reverend.
Yes,
blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Tristan.
Greetings, Edmund. Always a pleasure.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is if you could check in or tell me what's going on with my father. He kind of passed over a little while, and I've heard nothing. Is he doing okay? Is he just... I didn't have him in my life, so I shouldn't expect him to be part of my life when he's on the other side.
Well, it does. I mean, yeah, you can say he was preparing for it. So he was mentally ready for it. And you can say when he arrived on the other side, he was a little bit scared at first and reluctant to continue with it and try to find Earth again, somewhere to hide. But yeah, so he's having a hard time like accepting his mistakes, and eventually he'll start to see like your relationship with him and how you could have done better. He's not ready to see that yet. It's too soon.
Okay.
But so far, it looks like he's kind of wandering around.
That's sad. Okay.
That's all right.
It's his life.
Send your energy. Well, yeah, whatever you want to do, you'll find his way.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, that's good. And the second is just any more messages.
It feels like you're healing your past in this life. Just you are looking for a new direction. But it feels like you did a lot of clearing recently, like maybe the last couple of years, of any mistakes or any whatever has happened in the past, so you can live more of your life here. So it seems like you're just kind of like you're getting a bit of a clean slate, what I can see.
Yay.
So yeah, just continue to go forward to what you want. It will happen eventually. It might take a couple of years to get to exactly what you're looking for. It seems like it's slow for right now for some reason.
That's good. All right. Yes, thank you so much. Blessings.
All right, thank you. Up next, we've got Dragon.
Hello, how you doing?
Yes, greetings.
Hey, so for my first question, I got kind of a silly one. I was just curious, are you Redman or Redmond, like Redmond, Washington?
Just like Washington, yes.
Okay, cool. Do you have like a connection with Microsoft?
Yes, there's a lot of Syrian people there. There's a lot of computer geeks, you could say.
Okay, my second question is, do you have any messages for me?
Feels like you're doing a lot of work with Arcturians. Feels like you're working much of your future timeline. So it's like a comfort layer for your future timeline. Feels like also there's a Russian energy there. It feels like you're clearing some, because you had a past life connection to Russia. So it feels like you're doing a clearing there, and eventually you'll have some peace with that area of the world in the future sometime. So just like you have some past life connections there, not just one life. It seems like there's several, and they weren't easy. So blessings.
All right, thanks. Peace and love.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Annie.
Hi, greetings.
Yes, greetings.
I was just wondering when my boyfriend and I will like completely separate. Like, will he be moving out of the condo that we're in now, or will he be going somewhere? We're both really tossed on that whole thing there.
Yeah, it looks like it's very slow. I mean, it's not. It almost looks like it'll be a year, maybe it's less, but he's not really trying either. It looks like.
Yeah. Well, he was thinking about staying here, and then I know that like I wanted to go, but then I don't know if I can afford to. That's the problem.
And that's the situation with him also.
Yeah.
Well, there's a possibility you might resolve things. You never know.
Okay.
Like it's cheaper to keep them. So you never know. You might have that moment of just like, you know what, we knew one of us can go anywhere. There's a reason for that.
Well, I have known him a long time, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, being mad at each other is okay. That's normal. But there's just a possibility that might be all. You do need a break for each other. It feels like it's been no, that's healthy though.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if you like literally had a physical break. I mean, like living in different places, but no, you're there for a reason. It's all happened for a reason.
Okay.
So it's good to explore that and just see what happens.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay. And my second question real quick is I did see another ship
Nice.
in that same area,
Cool.
and I wasn't even expecting it. And it was kind of like it's kind of like see-through. Like I wasn't sure if I saw it. Was that it? A different one. It was a little bigger though. So what was that one? Was that still Palladian?
It feels like it's Palladian. Yeah, they're just showing you're on the right track. I mean, they are supporting you. Yeah, they're like translucent beings.
Yeah, it was. That's the word I was looking for. It was.
Yeah, they're like, they're not planes that are well known, but they're like see-through beings, you can say. I mean, there are beings that are non-physical, but doesn't mean they're always see-through. But these are kind of see-through beings, so doesn't mean you see their intestines or anything. It's just that they're kind of like ghosts, but they're not ghosts.
Okay, so I'm just seeing that just to.
Yeah, it just shows you're part of their collective. Any ship you see, they're part of them, most likely, majority of them.
Yeah.
So they know what you're going through, and you can always ask for confirmation. See if they pop in. It's like every once in a while, it's like, oh, we'll just visit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that's great.
Listen,
all right, thank you. Blessing.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Galicia.
Greetings.
Greetings.
It's me. So last week I was told that I was just processing a lot of things about being told what to do in different lifetimes, and for some reason I always get drawn to researching certain information, and I get obsessed with it. So right now, all of a sudden, I started researching cults. So people escape Scientology, Mormonism, the Children of God cult, and then just thinking backwards, I was like, I feel like maybe I'm processing a lot of stuff about being born into those kinds of situations because they just feel so familiar, and this whole reality pretty much is just like that. Maybe the universe in a way. But can you see, is there anything that maybe pops out with any traumas or anything being involved in any type of specific cults in the past lives or coming up for me?
Just the Druids. Very ancient. They're almost Egyptian. Like they weren't wearing Egyptian clothing, but they're very similar to seances and spells. Almost like you're connected to the ancient Greeks also. But I mean, you were a part. I mean, you weren't like a victim of it. You were involved with it. You did ceremonies and things of that type.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like the cults of today. It wasn't like a religious cult, or there was more. You could say there was more advanced. It was just very. They didn't want you to leave. Stay with us.
Mhm.
Just you're part of our energy. It wasn't like a dangerous group. It was just kind of like a very obsessive group.
Yeah,
So
I've kind of come to the conclusion that like you can't really get away, particularly because everywhere there will be dark and light and everything and
course.
everywhere. So it's like we keep trying to, but of course you want to get out if it's severe abuse and all that. But okay. And the second,
we also
go ahead.
have a collective. You have a collective that you're connected to. That's like think of like other versions of what I mean, not exactly versions of you, but other beings that are similar to yourself. Like like the Pleiadian groups or whatever you want to name it. But it's like your group, like the groups they've been connected to have been pulled into those cults.
Yes.
Like really dangerous ones in your past. I feel like it came close to that, but then I get fully involved with it. While you see like family members and things like that being pulled into sisters and so on.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's funny. I got that whole download the other day. Like I just saw it all and trying to go to retrieve my mom actually from one of those type of situations.
Yes.
And then I got there and couldn't leave because I love her and blah blah blah. But okay, for my second question, I wanted to ask, and maybe this is more for private, but just if you see anything. So my mom, when she was in Poland at this time, when she was 5 years old, she was taken and she was in a hospital for like 6 weeks. And luckily she had parents that, but it just seems like sketchy. Like there's a lot of memory loss around that. Is there anything that you pick up that could have been something more, any type of, programming or any experiments or anything that she might have been used for being there for 6 weeks?
Only thing we're picking up on is like an alien abduction. It might have been a human abduction. We're not seeing that. We're seeing more of an alien abduction. Like trauma from it. Missing time, things like that. I'm not necessarily seeing a human abducting her. We're not. There's a possibility of that, but we're not seeing it.
Yeah, it's just weird because there's all these orphans and stuff, in the but she wasn't, so maybe luckily nothing happened to her too bad. Okay. Yeah, it's probably a longer question. Thank you very much. Blessings and much love to everyone.
All right, thank you. Up next, we've got Crystal's questions. Her first question, she says, are there any messages for me?
It seems like your timeline has improved recently. It seems like things are happening quicker than usual, which is good. Just like not everything, but just certain things will come into place. They've been waiting for a while. It was like your timeline is definitely on track. Just like there's just a little bit of a speed increase recently. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Her second question. I've been having difficulties remembering basic words or just mundane things. Is that ascension related or something else? Thank you and blessings.
Yes, it's ascension related. It feels like you're just you're leaving your body. You're not needing this vocabulary. Those words don't really excite you anyway. So this is only for a short time. That's going to happen, but it's like you're doing more astral work. So blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Sahara's questions. Her first question, she says, a personal message for me, please, from Pluto.
The Pluto energy says that you're always aware of your surroundings, and sometimes you're very detailed connected to that, and that can be kind of overwhelming also. Like you kind of too observant, where it feels like it can drive you crazy sometimes, as you know. So you're always observant. So that's part of the Pluto way, you can say.
Thank you. Her second question, a personal message for me, please, from you. Thank you and much love from Sahara.
You're letting go of a lot of those have let you down, which is good. And you're just letting bygones be bygones and not letting it interfere too much with your growth. Because sometimes you felt like it was interfering. And that's okay. It's okay to have certain grief to hold on for a short time, but you're removing because you want to connect to your potential and to utilize your talents. So now's the time for that. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Andrew.
Greetings, Red Man.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is, I had a pretty intense healing clearing session a couple days ago, and I wanted to know what the status of my healing was now.
Well, the healings, yeah, they only last so long. This one looks like it'll last possibly 2 weeks. But it feels like it went into your heart chakra. It just releases some of your zeta connections for you to think more. It just helps you become more human, you could say, so you can concentrate better as a human. To the best of your ability, of course. So yes.
Okay, cool. The other question I had was about that too. The person I was working with said she felt a zeta presence that was leaving, and that was probably the most intense part of it, was when this entity like did not want to leave. And I was just wondering if you had any insight into what kind of being it was, or anything.
That's probably another zeta. It just wasn't making itself known. It's, yeah, I mean, they feel you're part of their collective. You actually come quite far. You know, you can speak, because many of them can't even do that. So, but you are a teacher of them. So they're your students basically, and they're holding on to you for dear life, as you can see. So you're like their dad, something like that. So,
all right.
So great.
Thank you. Blessings.
All right, thank you. Up next, we got Christy. Well, Christy may have stepped away. So we'll move on to Ryan.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Yes, first question is about reincarnation. I recently talked to someone who gave me a past life reading, but it was more about a future life. And she said that in one of my future reincarnations, I will come back to Earth as an alien hybrid. But I didn't really get into detail of what kind of that was going to be, or what DNA or what race will be. Can you validate that and tell me if that's true? And also, what kind of hybrid will I come back as?
Well, it's always a possibility. It feels like a Pleiadian, maybe some Syrian, but mostly a Pleiadian being. Basically, as you say, like a light worker, basically. So like you'll have also like a scientific mind, but doing like energy work, things of that kind. But realize the world's going to be more of a higher frequency.
Yes, I don't know when that is in the future, that it's within the next 100 years or 200 years, but it sounds exciting.
Feels like maybe 700 years in the future.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's my higher self must be planning way ahead.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. You can go much further than that.
Yes, wow, that's crazy. Okay, my second question is, well, I'm sure you might be aware I've been battling these Anunnaki Enki beings for a long time, and I've run out of ideas on how to get rid of them. So I had an idea, and I talked to Ivan the other day about this. I was talking to one of my past spirit guides, and I was also talking to Enlil, since he's my bloodline. I'm Enlil, on the Enlil side. My idea was to attack their chakra system, also go build an army and a non-physical against their armies, because their army is 1 million strong. But I have a lot of Anunnaki aspects that I can take advantage of and build a non-physical army against theirs. But are they planning on doing that? Have they tried doing it? Can you speak with Enlil and see what he's doing or attempting to do?
Yes, that's in the works. Yes, that's
Oh,
I
it's
believe
still
that's
in the works.
happening. I feel like it is. Some of it has been activated now.
Well, I haven't noticed the difference, but they certainly haven't been giving off any tips, any ideas like it is happening. Like,
yeah, there's some backlash. It's I don't believe it fully tapped into, because we weren't sure if it. Well, you have to put your intentions to connect to it.
I have.
And yeah, they're just not saying anything. Well, it feels like they're doing something there, always organizing it, but it feels like some of it's in the works though.
It's still in the works. Okay, well, that's
it feels like the battle hasn't fully begun. Let's put it that way.
Okay, but they're planning on, so that's a good sign.
Yes.
All right, that's all the questions I had.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
All right. Blessings.
Blessings.
Thank you. Up next, we've got Christy.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
So my first question, I was wanting to know about my Viking warrior aspect. If I have a partner there with Steve in that reality, because we always resonate with the Viking energy.
Yes, that's yes. Well, Steve is there. Yes, it's yeah, part of your strength to get you through this life. So there's an alternative version of you that you're accessing now to help you through what you're going through here. So
wow.
both of you have combined your energies. So I mean, he's kind of a time traveler. So if you didn't have a lifetime with him, he'll find some way to make it work.
Oh yeah, yeah. If needed, the energy or
Yes.
something, just ask him for help.
Yeah, exactly. He'll show up somewhere. Yes. But he
So
has
just
he does have a Viking connection, definitely. But he didn't always connect. But there are timelines where he did have connections. So yes.
okay, all right. And so my second question, we found through Jim Charles that we have the Lyran princess and prince, like we're prince and princess. So I was just kind of wondering, what do we kind of do when we're back home as Lyrans? Me and Steve.
It's like you're watching over a planet. It's like there's a planet called was it Lyra? There's a Lyran planet called Lyra. Well, it's not the same one that's no longer. It's a different version, but either way, it's yeah, you're one of many other royal families there.
Oh,
So,
we're watching over it. Did we like rebuild it or something?
well, yeah, you can say that. There's other royal families there also, though. So what you're doing, yeah, rebuilding it. You have your own family. You're doing visiting other places, things like that.
Yeah, I just kind of wondered what we did if we just sat on the throne
No.
all day long.
No, you're more of out and about. No, you don't have no
Yeah.
throne. I don't think you have a throne.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we've got Mary.
Greetings, Redmond.
Greetings.
I want to ask if have I had a past lifetime in Egypt?
Yes, during the time of Isis. Yes.
Oh, that's great. And actually, my second question was, if so, what was it like?
When even there, you're very spiritual. You're like a spiritualist yourself. You're just very superstitious, you could say. It's like different roles. One of them was kind of like you're into like herbal medicines, things like that.
Okay.
So cleanliness, which is very important. They were perfumes, things like that. There's probably more to it than that, but those are more simple at times. But you're more into like spiritualism.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, blessings. Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Kathleen.
Yes, hello.
Yes, greetings.
I am very interested in El Salvador, the country, especially that they changed the new leader. He changed some of the crime rate, and he thinks that he wants to do some good stuff. And they have, for businesses, they have zero tax for 15 years. So my question is, how do you see the future of this country?
No, it does seem like it still has kind of a crime issue. So that's the only thing you have to really research is as long as you feel like crime has gone down, it just like that seems like it's always going to be a problem they're going to have. But there is prosperity there, though. Yes.
Yeah. So you see something positive going on there, and
yeah, it's just like they can't seem to always get the criminal element solved. So there's always an issue there. So it's something to research.
So investing or doing a business there, you see it.
Doing a business
So
there depends on what business it is. Can work. Living there is kind of difficult. It can work as long as you know what you're getting yourself into.
yeah.
There was strange culture there at times.
Yeah, well, I come from a communist country, and I kind of
yeah, as long as you know the streets.
yeah.
you know what you're getting yourself into. Yes, it can work out very well. Yes.
I don't think I want that.
Yeah, but you research it, just how living is there. It can work though.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Hey, blessings. Up next, we've got Marvin. Well, fortunately, my blast this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in,
yes,
Redmond.
of course. Yes,
and thank you to Gabriel and the Lyran Felines as well. I'm going to ask about dreams, just like everybody else, it seems. I had 2 dreams that were pretty unusual, and they were back to back that I was actually able to remember, which is unusual in itself. But in these dreams, it felt like I was dating a cat, like a regular little house cat, but she wore an evening dress and stood upright. Can you share who this being is and what do these dreams mean?
No, that was actually a real person. It just showed up as a cat showing innocence. But sometimes cats aren't always innocent, but that one was. Almost like a Persian energy I get from the cat. So it's like a spirit guide, was also someone that's very strongly connected to you from previous lifetimes, like relationships.
Yeah, it felt like tender and warm, the relationship.
Yes.
Is she incarnated right now, or is this through spirit?
Feels like it's only through spirits. It's possible you might find someone similar to that, but it's definitely, but it is energy you can't connect to for your journey.
Yeah,
Just
that was very
visualize.
cool.
Yeah, just visualize the cat.
Yeah, like I don't usually remember my dreams, but she came through back to back and back to back dreams like that.
Yeah, it shows there's a change coming in. That's why.
Very cool. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. I just needed a little confirmation on that. Well, thank you for that. My second question. Can I ask Cleopatra to share a message on how to allow more intimacy and affection, where I'm less defensive and my heart feels like more at ease with being open and exposed?
Well, so to clear out your warrior lifetimes, it does feel like you haven't like technically stabbed in the heart. Like when you said that, it feels like you literally were physically stabbed in the heart, almost like similar to like a Samson, like the Samson gets his hair cut.
Yeah,
you kind of you felt vulnerable in a relationship, so and you got taken advantage of in one of your warrior lifetimes. It wasn't the same thing, but it was, let your guard down.
Yeah, my weakness, right?
So the idea is to put your energy to heal basically your warrior aspects when it comes to relationships. Just put your, you don't have to look too deep at you can whatever comes through, but it's basically to find some inner peace there. It's basically you're releasing betrayal.
Right.
And that'll help you. Yeah, there's a lot of betrayal. Not that you have bitterness towards anyone. It's just there's been a protection there for obvious reasons.
It's just trust issues, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people have trust. Yeah, they don't even know where their trust issues come from.
Yeah, well, now I have a little piece of the puzzle there.
Yeah, that would definitely help. That's at least one. That'll help out a great deal. And of course, your empathic energy picks up on others that aren't very trustworthy. And that's kind of like, if you felt more trustworthy, potential relationships around, you feel that would heal, but you don't always feel that.
Right. Yeah, so I guess that my intuition's been kind of protecting me.
Yes, it's it's being very honest, but maybe too honest. Which is a good thing. Yeah, it's unfortunate what people choose to be like.
Yeah, honesty isn't a very popular attribute.
No.
All right. Well, thank you again, Redmond. Much love to you.
Yes, send you all blessings. Yes, blessings to you all and your journeys. Blessings. Okay, all right, it's blessings.